tell me a little bit of how what parts of this experience of playing everything you feel most informed you during the development of Atuel.
So the biggest influence that we took from everything was in Atuel. One thing we wanted to do, so the original premise of Atuel is it's a documentary game about a real river that exists in Argentina, which is called the Atuel River in western Argentina. That flows through Mendoza, as a matter of fact, through the province of Mendoza all the way to La Pampa. And the original concept of the game was making a documentary game about the river. And the first thing that we thought of was, if you document the river, the river isn't just the flow of water. It isn't just the channel of water. It's everything that water feeds into. It's everything that inhabits that water as it moves through the water cycle. So even though in the game you start out as kind of snow melting up in the mountains and kind of flowing down into the river valley to join the river, you quickly start becoming other things that the water touches, like fish, like foxes, condors. You become clouds, you become rain. And I think everything was kind of one of the big inspirations for kind of doing that kind of shape-shifting, that kind of conceptual shape-shifting in Atuel. It was kind of one of the first things we looked at and that we use as a reference point in our proposals and in our pitches.
And do you feel like when you started prototyping the game and the first times you played it, did you actually feel... And I'm sorry if this sounds way too dumb or way too pretentious. It's going to be either one. Did you actually start feeling like the river?
So actually, the river there's one part in the game in which you are quite literally the river. You're controlling the river. Yes. That was the last part of the game we made, even though it's the first part you play.
Oh.
So we didn't feel like that until quite towards the end of the game. But we do feel like the game does a good job in kind of showing those connections and kind of highlighting the interconnectivity of the ecosystem. And how the river affects so many different parts of the region.
And one thing I really, put everything in Atuel in my mind together was, it's that moment when you go from being just the river to being the fish in the river. Mm-hmm. And I knew what was coming. Is like, I am one fish right now, but I'm going to be two fish and many fish soon. And soon I was a school of fish.
One fish, two fish, go fish. Yes,
exactly. And kind of like the way that, because of Atuel's theme and story, the way that plays out in a much more linear and quick way, I think, focuses on that message a lot more than everything, which is trying to talk about a lot other things. So, how have you seen people talk about what they played and how they felt? Oh, this is a great thing about everything for gameplay. It plays itself if you want. Yes. Did you get the response from people playing it that they were able to get it quickly, even if they weren't as smart as Jonathan Blow?
Yes, I think one of the most positive things coming out of the Argentine so the event that we were in this last weekend, which was full of tons of people because it was free for the public, was called the Argentine Video Game Exposition, which here is called EVA. One of the most positive things we took away from it was the booth was full all day, every day, both days. And even though it's kind of a very meditative and reflexive game, kind of a very easygoing game, and the environment around it, the show floor was so full of people, it was so packed with noise, with a lot of very distracting, very actiony games. People would sit down, would put on their headphones, and would play through the whole thing. Play from start to end, which is about half an hour, a little less sometimes, depending on how you play. And that really surprised us, that people could really get.
So you're saying it's not a lot of gameplay, right? New Game Plus is a multiplayer. How's that?
That's right.
I don't feel like I'm getting a lot of bang for my buck. There's other free games that I can play for longer. That's what I'm saying, Pablo.
It's true. We cannot compete.
So can I get hats for my river?
You can get hats for your river. That's coming up on the next patch on the
Can I
DLC.
pollute my river to look like I am? Like, can I pollute it with these clothes and I pollute it with all the things I want?
Absolutely. You'll just have to pay for each item individually. They're 99 cents. However, we're coming out with packs, season packs.
Oh,
$10.
season 1
You get
dropping.
20.
Season 1 dropping. All right. So, how many seasons till the river dries up?
We can't say quite yet.
Okay.
It depends on how you play, really, on how the community plays and the decisions they make.
Oh, so it's like a Nobi Boy kind of thing.
It's exactly. Oh, I wish it was like Nobi. That's not a bad idea.
That's an idea for the next one. That's the next one. That's the next one. And you know, we looked at everything here. One of the inspirations for the game. I hope it's not too confusing. Like it seemed like a great idea in concept, and now that we are doing it, I'm like, are people going to be confused and thinking we were playing?
Do you want to switch to a different thing? Maybe that'll help if you switch to being something else.
I played like an hour of it the other day when I was first made aware of it, and it's fascinatingly fun. And maybe I don't want to. Maybe one of the best. It's definitely one of the top 5 music games I played because it makes learning and like when you're not good at it, which is all the time. It still doesn't sound that bad. Like you can still have fun listening to how bad you sound, and how bad you sound really translates into giving you feedback that's gonna make you better at playing the game. So we can play 2 trombones, I think, or no, just 1 trombone. Oh, okay, no, I get to pick a character. But if we could play co-op, this would be amazing. So
it would be great.
So what happens is like you have this. Let me show you the free mode here, so I can talk about the mechanics of it all. So what you have
going for? Sorry,
I think Lucas is gonna inform us in the chat, and I'll tell people. So because you have this bar here, which is your scale. So you go from the lowest notes to the highest one. And here you kind of have little markings to kind of show you where you are on the scale, right? These are the sharp notes. And then, like, okay, so here's a C, pretty much. Because just the same as in the instrument itself, you don't have, hard stops at the scale. So you go for the closest you can get to a note. So if it sounds good to your ear, it's good, right? If it's harmonizing enough that it doesn't sound bad, you're good. Right? So this is the mechanic. And the notes are going to be coming from right to left, and you want to hit them and hold them for as long as it tells you to.
What are you using to go up and down?
The mouse.
Keys?
Just the mouse. The keys, you can actually use keys to press it if you don't want to click to press it. But you actually use a mouse, or I don't know if you can use. I don't think you can use a controller right now. It's all mouse based. So yeah, but it feels really good on the mouse. So because you're kind of what the mouse movement is up and down, and it's kind of it's mimicking this movement you do with the trombone, right? And it's mimicking the movement of a sexual move, also called the rusty trombone, that people can Google.
Ah, okay. Yes. I didn't know that was inspiration.
Yeah. So, Rusty Trombone Champ is a DLC coming soon.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. You are the river. You are the Rusty Trombone. Right. So, and I haven't got past warm up. In real life, there are over 9 songs that feature a trombone. That is true. You cannot dispute that fact as fact. So you see right here.
I love the lyrics.
Oh, I hadn't even seen that there were lyrics. Because I'm so focused on the notes. And you see how funny it sounds when you get it a little bit wrong? Because it sounds like a fart.
Yes.
And just a little bit of dissonance just makes everything sound ridiculous, right? because the distance itself makes it sound like your friend that can impersonate a trombone, right?
That's right. You're very good at this, Dev.
Thank you.
Look at all those colors.
I have a very sensitive gaming mice.
Break it down.
Nasty. All right, let's see. I got an A the other day. Oh yeah. Woo. And you earn toots. You earn toots, so the game knows what it's doing. So let's see checks like I don't know if I unlocked any checks. Oh, there's. Oh, I unlocked. This is the second check. I haven't played this one yet. Do you want to try to play the song? You can play it from your mouse. I can enable your mouse control here.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. So.
It's a shot.
Yeah. So I go to settings here. Hosting. Where do I... Lucas, do you know where I go to enable his mouse control? Oh, the guest here. Right. Lucas?
No idea.
No idea.
Sorry.
I know it's in the...
Is it something I have to do?
No, it's on my side. Like for now, like I have enabled your gamepad, but I can enable mouse and keyboard for you as well. Maybe it's on my computer settings. Yeah. Oh, okay. Maybe guests. Oh, okay. Right here. Mouse. All right. So your mouse is now. Try to do it. Yep.
Oh.
Okay.
Here I am.
Yeah. So you just click play, and then it's up and down on the mouse, and then you click to and hold to do the notes. So let's see how well you do, and you know.
I'm gonna be very bad at this.
And yeah, there's some latency.
It does not. The contrast isn't great on my side. I have to.
Oh yeah, because I can turn off HDR, but
I'm so bad. I'm just nasty.
but it's funny. You see, it doesn't sound bad like you're doing bad at Guitar Hero. It just sounds ridiculously bad, and it's funny for us and for the audience at home.
Oh, now that looks a lot better on my screen now.
Go, Pablo! Go! Yep! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! What? What? Yeah! Yeah! Huh! 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 Argentinian video games! Yeah! Atuel out now for free on itch. Getit.io.
No. Well,
that was amazing. And for a first try, like on the spot with latency on top of it, a C is great. I'm gonna tell you.
What can I say?
You're gonna have to pick up the trombone. This is amazing. This is great. Thank you so much, Pablo, for being here, for being a part of this. Let me switch us to the big full screen. Yeah, all right. People can see us now. Pablo, thank you so much for this. This is exclusive content for our Patreon. So
Aren't you glad that you're a Patreon subscriber?
Aren't you know? For now, aren't you the one person? Thank you, Pedro. The
Gracias,
one.
Pedro.
Gracias, Pedro. ¿Quieres hablar algo que los gringos no saiban? Algo
¿Qué
en
queremos
español.
decir de los gringos? Bueno,
Ok,
nada.
¿lo quieres?
El plan Cóndor fue terrible. El plan
Sí.
Cóndor, la manera en la cual apoyaron a Bolsonaro durante las elecciones en Brasil y el golpe que
Hay-
a Dilma. la
Hay
verdad
un
que
juego que
sí.
gringos aman.
Ujú.
El máximo. Que creas que...
Habla português, Gus, habla português.
Ah,
Te quiero escuchar en
português?
português.
Puedo?
Sí,
Ok.
sí, sí. Dale.
Tem algum jogo que gringo ama e que você,
Sim.
tipo, nem quer começar essa discussão com o gringo, mas que você vai falar agora aqui em espanhol ou em português, assim,
mas-
tipo, meu, puta, que esse jogo é um lixo e gringo gosta só porque eles são gringos, entendeu? Porque eles não conseguem... Não. Eu perguntando, existe algum jogo...
Una pregunta.
É.
Es una pregunta. Ok. A ver. Que ellos aman, que ellos adoran.
É que... E que eles nem vão entender que é, tipo assim... Call of Duty talvez fosse a resposta mais básica, assim, tipo assim...
Sí, sí, sí.
Mas eu acho que, assim, tipo... É isso, assim, tipo, tentar explicar... Like, o fascínio de vocês com entrar em outros países e matar pessoas não traduz tão bem.
Sí, no, la verdad que la fascinación de Call of Duty, pero bueno, veo mucha gente acá que también lo juega y le encanta, y tampoco entiendo esa fantasía de ser...
Exato, Mas tem alguma coisa que você acha... Porque talvez Madden, like,
Claro,
American
tampoco,
Football.
no.
Não
Sim,
tem
quiero-
como entender como é que a gente gosta disso. Mas se alguma outra coisa que talvez você tivesse que é pessoal
no sé si
seu.
¿Vos jugaste Spec Ops The Line?
Sim,
¿Y qué te pareció?
eu gostei na época.
Sí, pero es como la fantasía de sos un soldado que tiene ética y moral. Es como,
Sim,
oh,
exato.
qué bien.
Exato, não,
Es como una revelación.
é baseado no livro que foi a inspiração do Apocalipse Now, que também é sobre
Claro.
como ir lá e matar aquelas pessoas foi muito traumático pra mim.
Exactamente.
Que é American
Soy-
Sniper e enfim, exato.
Soy un terrible racista. Pero entiendo que soy muy
Mas
malo.
quando eu percebo isso, I feel bad about it.
Sí. Bueno,
Thank you so much, Pablo. I hope our non-English speaking or our English speaking, but also other language speaking patrons enjoy that. That was so good. You're our first non-native English speaking guest. Sam Barlow was our first non-American guest, but he's British, so also an imperialist fascist.
Yeah.
Also a friend of the show, Sam Barlow.
Can we say that, we're glad that the Queen is dead? Are we?
I think I am glad the Queen is dead. I don't think anyone watching this show should mind, and if you're watching the show, you mind, just go watch something else. There's stuff for you.
That's something you can quote us on.
Quote yes. This is the photo. Video game personalities saying they're glad the Queen is dead.
You can just Photoshop her right below us, right?
Yeah,
there, just
Photoshop a dead queen. Also, play Killer Queen Black. Great game.
Very good
where
game.
killing a queen is the main objective. It should be yours too if you live in England. Thank you so much, Pablo.
Thank you so much, guys.
Goodbye.